Can you see yourself in that one? Does it look good?
Obviously.
Why don't we start off by saying what your favourite part about the podcast is so far?
I can feel my just yeah, okay.
Is he an answer it?
Oh God, no. Go on, you asked me. Because all your clips are like you saying something and then me responding.
But also, I can clip those ones together. So what I'm saying again is the podcast has already started.
Yeah, okay. I would say my favourite bit so far has been, I would say just the general reaction. I mean, like I think when we last recorded a video, we'd had like 20 people interested.
Yeah.
And since then it's been we're nearly 100, aren't we? So,
yeah, it's just non-stop now. Yeah.
So I think just seeing the initial support, seeing obviously the people wanting to come on, and then I guess off the back of that, it's the way that people are then enjoying the content. I'm having people that are saying, I listened to it, thought it was really good, thought it was really smooth, light-hearted, which is kind of what we always said, isn't it? So I think it's nice when you've got a plan or an idea of something you want to do, and then you bring it to life.
Yeah.
I think we've had a nice variety of guests so far, from sort of 3 or 4 different situations, 3 or 4 different types of personalities, and I think that's probably also what we said at the start, didn't we?
They have all been very different people, haven't they? Which has helped, I think. So for stats wise, I thought it would kind of drop off a little bit between episodes, but we get a spike, sort of like 5th, 6th short that goes out. That's when people start watching the episode. So our most viewed day was on the 29th of March, which was only a couple of days ago. And it was just a random day. Like I posted a couple of shorts up.
And that's on YouTube?
Or
Spotify?
No, on Spotify. Yeah. YouTube is... We still get quite a lot on YouTube as well. It's been much more than I thought it would be. So I thought it would start off like we would have like 20 or 30 people watching on YouTube for the first few episodes or something. But already on...
Didn't Luke's have like 200 or something?
Yeah.
It's quite exciting.
Well, on his one, on YouTube, yeah. So on YouTube overall, I think we've had like 1,000 or just over 1,000 views on all of our videos, which is obviously really good. But on Spotify, we're up to about 700 listens. And 80% of them are listening it all the way through. I thought people would drop off like halfway or something. I normally do if I'm listening to a podcast. I'll shut off. But people love us.
Well, I don't know if they love us, but they. No, I think we've just given the platform to people to. We've given that platform where, and we've said to people, haven't we? Like, we're not going to script this. This isn't like us saying that this is how it's going to go. A lot of the stuff we've done, isn't it? We've just said, like, if you want to say anything, you get it in, but this has to be organic. It's got to be a chat rather than an interview. And I think that's where the kind of lightheartedness has come from. Yeah,
people don't anticipate how relaxed it actually is. I think they come on thinking it's going to be
a business podcast.
Really scary, yeah. That's why the ish is in the in the logo.
Which you forgot off the TV today.
Well, no, there's not a camera on it, so it's fine. But yeah, people are really sort of, a bit nervous before they come. Molly had a drink or two before she came up, and then... I think Paddy was also a bit nervous at the beginning because he's never done anything like it before, and like he said, he doesn't really talk to the public
in his own little.
So now we've got to a point where I think people are hopefully watching them and then being like, oh yeah, I could do that, because it is just coming on here to have a conversation.
And I think it's unsurprising that the first few came out, people have seen the vibe, seen the clips that come out of it, seen that it's being received well. Well, then clearly there's a bit of okay, now we've seen what it's like, we now feel a bit more confident to come in and because we can see how we're going to be represented. And ultimately that's what we want to do, isn't it? We want to make people feel comfortable and relaxed enough to come and talk about what they do, and I think any publicity is going to help these local businesses. So I think obviously not bad publicity, but yeah, and obviously some of the guests we've got coming on, obviously we'll get better at kind of asking some questions that we know people might like the answers to, and so you're obviously going to develop it from there.
Yeah, I think people also, like, we both work self-employed a lot of hours, so coming up with the questions and things is, it takes time to actually think about it. So before Paddy came, I was watching YouTube videos on farming. So I was like, I got to say something.
I'm just there watching Clarkson's Farm. Like, that's all I can talk about.
You did mention Clarkson's Farm a lot of times on that podcast.
I know, but it's such a good program, and I was so happy when he was like, yeah, it's like farmers like it, because I was thinking, if I've planned my whole thing around just mentioning Clarkson's Farm, and then he goes, yep, don't like it, that would have hit. But yeah, no, that was it's been really good. And
you did look really giddy on that episode. So, like, there's points in it where
you actually said that in the episode.
And even like watching it back, doing the editing, you can see
like
you like
my head back.
Yeah, sitting back. Like, this is. And then at one point you went, "This is juicy content."
Yeah, that sounds about right. No, I think I mentioned in that episode that that's the one I had the least understanding or concept of in my head.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy to, like Prue's world is more familiar to me, even Luke's world, like in terms of his role and what he does. I've never done anything to do with her, so potentially that was. But yeah, I think Paddy's was the one which I felt so far like was the most alien to me.
Yeah.
And I think obviously we want that variety, don't we? Because we want to, more people do corporate jobs than do farming jobs, right? So, we want to have the guests on that are going to give people good advice, but you also know that you're kind of really interested in something you've got no understanding of, and I think that's where some of the other guests we've got coming on as well, they're from similar backgrounds and they're from similar situations where you're hearing stuff that you've got no perception of. And I think that's what I become really interested in. Like some of the podcasts I listen to are outside of this one. Yeah. I'm not. This isn't just on repeat. It's if anything, this sends me to sleep. So I listen to just before bed. But and that's mainly your voice.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very monotone.
Yeah. But no, I think for me, it's the guests that people can relate to and can give them advice because they're in a similar world, but also from an entertainment factor, like, hey, this one really interested me because I have no perception of what a day of farming looks like.
Yeah, I think it's really good that people are seeing who's behind it all, kind of thing, because people do let their guard down after 5 minutes of being on the podcast because I start the podcast before they even know it started. I don't think Paddy knew it had started when we were doing the video, and same with Molly. She wasn't really sure. So I think it's good that way because you get that sort of personality. Yeah. Well, I've done it to you about 4 times.
I know.
And you still don't know.
Yeah. No, I do. I play along.
Oh, yeah, okay, get you.
So I'm playing chess. You're playing checkers. You're like, oh God, we started. I'm like, I know.
So what would you say is? Here we go. Let's call each other out a little bit. What's one thing I could improve on when I'm doing the podcast?
I don't think there's any. Well, to be honest, you're the one that remembers the questions. You're the one that has to make sure that everything's working while we're doing it. No, I don't think there is. I think because obviously this is more akin to what I do for a living. Like I literally sit on people's sofas and talk. So I feel this is kind of quite similar to things that I do in terms of like, obviously I'm sat with someone today and they ask a question a bit left field. I literally have to think on the spot and be quite eloquent in getting my words out, So I think I've obviously done probably more of the talking in the episodes and probably more of the kind of bridging, where kind of something goes somewhere where maybe we weren't expecting. But then you've always been pretty good at bringing it back, making sure we stay on kind of some of the things that we wanted to talk about.
It seems to flow really naturally, doesn't it? It's like we've got, I normally do have a few questions I send them. But even like we just end up talking and then it comes out anyway. So,
and I think that's what you said. I need to stop doing.
This is the only reason I asked that question
because I knew you were going to say
that. Yeah. There's two things. So the first one is
I do that in conversation.
Going through the edit and having to cut out all of your.
I've got better in the last few, haven't I?
Paddy, you let go a little bit. You managed to actually stick more than you did on the one
Molly, so I got
prior to Molly. Yeah.
Sometimes I do a couple and then I'm like, okay, don't do that again, and then I stop for 5 minutes, and then. But that's just it's just that's such a habit in the way I converse.
Because in a normal conversation with a person, that's what you do. You acknowledging what they're saying, like you're listening. Mm-hmm. That's a good way of doing it. But on a podcast, it's really annoying.
Yeah. What's the other one?
The other one is to try to clip these. This is so funny. To clip some of the shorts out, I have to start with you asking a question. Now, when you ask a question, you say about 10 different questions in one thing.
I'm asking the question.
So, what would you? Well, interesting. Yeah. Well, if you did.
Yeah, that is.
And I'm like, where do I cut the fucking thing? That bit's funny as well. There you go. I called you.
Yeah, no.
The only reason I'm saying it now is because I've just had to. Even the Autopod, that is an AI feature that edits your entire podcast, doesn't help with your questions at all.
Well, you've got to do some work still. You've just given away. You've given away your secrets. Yeah,
I'll bleep that bit out.
I think it's because I'm asking questions, and then in my mind I'm thinking of better ones already. So it's like Dan. So what? And then suddenly, as I'm asking that, I'm already thinking of then something which I can.
Yeah, I think what we'll do to improve the next ones is. So I do actually want to get like some of those print out things with like business podcast logo on the back. Mm-hmm. You know, like the hosts do on Jimmy Fallon or whatever.
What, and actually write stuff down?
Yeah, but you can get like whiteboard ones, so you can write a bunch of questions on there and then do it that way.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
It would quite cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, as I said, we're not. This isn't deep. You know, like we can try whatever we like. We can flow with whatever we want. But I think ultimately, like the product coming out at the end is good. And that's why the reaction's been really good, and that's why I was stopped by somebody walking across the market square the other day saying, "You're the guy from the Salisbury Business Podcast." What happened there, Dan?
Well, you tell me. I don't know. You got people.
Well, no, I got accosted by demographic. I would say three girls no more than 15 years old, and obviously was quite horrified, only to text you and find out that it was your lovely daughter Imogen.
Yes, yeah. So, that was funny though.
That made me feel a lot better at the end of it. You know?
But that's not our target audience.
No. Well, look, hey, we're here for everybody, but yeah, no. I think it's good that we seem to get a wide range of listeners. I've had some clients listen and say, you know, it's good. I've had family members.
The main thing is the intro. Salisbury Business Podcast. So I was around my brother's the weekend, and my cousin's husband or future husband just started going Salisbury Business Podcast, which is really surreal. It's like it's weird because it's like people are listening. I know it's family, but even then, it's. Who else is singing that in Salisbury?
That was probably the most organic moment of my life.
Yeah.
How you were like, we just need a logo.
Yeah.
We just need a jingle. And I just went, Salisbury Business Podcast, Salisbury Business Podcast. And then you said something like whatever you said. Like, we're going to need a logo, like a jingle.
It's shit.
Yeah. And it just absolutely nailed it.
It works quite well, doesn't it? It took a bit of editing, but even then I think people, it's catchy, isn't it? It's weirdly catchy.
Yeah. I honestly don't think we could improve it.
No, I think we'll just stick with that.
Nailed it.
That will stay. Well, unless you sing again.
When did I sing? Have you got clips of me singing?
Yeah, I've got plenty.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They're not good.
They're not?
No. It's really
fantastic.
The other thing I was going to say is we haven't... so unless people have watched all of the episodes to the end, they won't know about the darts leaderboard. So now this is going to cut to a reel of all of the guests that have been on so far and their dart scores plus mine and yours. Sorry, Prue. Our first attempt didn't record, or we lost the footage.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for this leaderboard so far.
Oh. Hey, they all got on the board.
3 times!
Ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh no! Oh, here we go. Right, 41 to beat. Oh, 33.
Oh, he's got a double 18.
Oh my goodness.
1.
Hey, it's not bad. It's not bad darts. They're rubbish score, but not bad darts. You have got 9. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. You are doing. You are top of the leaderboard. So hopefully,
Sorry, can you say that again?
Luke. No, Luke does.
Luke
actually,
Littler?
He responds.
Oh, I thought you were meaning to say Luke Donahue, and you said Luke Littler.
He's
God.
definitely not Luke Littler.
Yeah. Well, if he's in Salisbury, we'll get him in.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he responds to my message to get him to just beat your score. That's the main thing.
Did you message him?
No, I didn't, because I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You chucked him a DM on Instagram, didn't you?
No, but I am going to see if there's any local darts players that want to come in, just to
not,
beat you.
Just to knock me off top. Yeah. They've got to be business owners though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, no, that's been a good laugh so far. So it'd be good to get that updated every go. So
Yeah, I think it would also be interesting to hear back from. But I know we get an engagement on stuff and people are listening to it, which is really good. But it'd be good to hear some feedback from other people. So maybe this could be the time for them to.
absolutely.
Did you yawn?
I did. I yawned without yawning.
It's my monotone voice. So I've been watching this guy who tells you how to not monotone it, and it's moving your hands.
You do have a very monotone
It
voice.
is so monotone, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't, like, as I said, like I sit and talk with people for a living. So you just
I
end
talk
up
to people.
not really.
sometimes.
You sit in that little cave over there, the cave above the cave, and I just think you'll get better.
Yeah, I've got to
Don't
learn
worry.
it. I've got to learn how to make my voice go up and down.
Up and down.
Is that right?
It should happen naturally. Like it's like
Why
when you say
how would it
something,
happen
when you're more
naturally?
excited, you say something and your pitch raises, and then when you're not as excited, you just.
I think
go a
it's
bit
more when I'm not under pressure, but so if I do a presentation, for example, I've done plenty of presentations. Stop yawning. I've done plenty of. I can see you yawning.
I'm very tired.
You know when you do that hold in yawn. I've done plenty of presentations, and people literally. My old boss literally fell asleep. he had his eyes clear like this and was like nodding off. I need to do something about it, really. I wonder.
Well, maybe
any
we can-
vocal coaches?
Yeah,
Is there any
yeah.
vocal coaches in
Well,
Salisbury?
we've got-
Not singing. We've got a singer already.
Okay, yeah, vocal coach, get in touch because Dan needs your help.
I need your help.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well done.
That I think that will do it for this little short episode.
Yeah.
Updating people.
Yep, and as I said, we've got 4 or 5 people booked in already over the coming month or so. Variety of things and people and sectors. So yeah, I think as I said we planned to do 1 a month when we first said this, and obviously we did 4 in the first month, didn't we? Or 4 in the first 5 weeks. So we're just trying to dedicate as much time outside of what we already do to.
Yeah, to keep it going. Because if we're getting as much traction now in a 6 months' time, we'll be viral.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, nice.
What is
Cool.
the beginning of that?
What do you mean?
What's the beginning? What's his theme tune thing?
I don't know.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan podcast. The Joe Rogan
That's the one.
podcast.
That's the one.
Yeah.
When we get in the flow of it, we'll need some sort of jingle. Salisbury Business Podcast. Salisbury Business Podcast.
Whoa, just off the cuff?
Yeah.
Did you just think of that?
What is that though? Why
I'm kidding. It's shit.